Okay, Rod Baker's Boat Shop on a Sunday, February something. I think it's the 23rd. I'd have to look. Why does a airplane pilot repeat everything air traffic control tells him? He repeats it back. The reason is because when a human life hears it out loud. This is why I failed in school, by the way. They wouldn't let me talk when I was doing my studies. But when a human life hears it out loud, their ability to remember it is greater. So, that being said, this is video number 76. That is, so when I go to fill out the label for these things, I will have it already in my brain what the number is, and I won't be having to go back and try to find it and look at it and repeat it and blah, blah, blah. It was, that's why you see all the mislabels on the first few videos. So, therefore, I wanted to turn this video on now to talk about my sandpaper. I bought some 40 grit. May be difficult to see with this lighting. I bought some 40 grit Diablo, and I bought a something that looked like a type of drywall sanding screen, and I liked the sanding screen real well. It did a good job. I decided I was going to use that a lot, but I had this Diablo that is cheaper sandpaper, and I thought to myself, well, I got to use it. So I thought, well, I'll just go every other one just to get rid of it. And it turns out that the 40 grit Diablo works a lot faster. I wanted 30 grit because I heard it in a video somewhere, but you see that pile of dust right there? Works a lot faster. Also leaves a lot more marks in it than that down there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty smooth. And as soon as you come up here, you can start to see where the 40 grit was digging in. But it made the dulling this down a lot faster. I'm sure it will take out those blemishes faster. It certainly took the glue off, which was a #1 complaint of mine all last weekend. It took the glue off from the stripes that used to be there a lot faster. So I'm going to use this 40 grit quite a bit, and then I'll probably come back in with that drywall screen to smooth that down so it won't be so hard to gel coat without those lines printing through. I had a dad that took a sander many years ago, not knowing what he was doing, and I love the man to death, but he had to learn something the hard way. And he took a sander that was like the one that goes round and round. It's got like an 8-inch disc on it, and he put the most aggressive grit on it that he could, and he sanded a car. And then he called a guy out to prime and paint the car. When he was done, he had all these little swirls in it, and that's what we don't want. Now, this is an orbital sander. It doesn't spin near as fast as that, but it does spin. And I worry about having something that prints through when it comes time to gel coat this, so I'm going to be gentle with this. I'm going to, handle it with kid gloves and move forward. But as far as taking the initial stuff down to dull, and as far as taking out imperfections, as far as taking off the glue, this is good stuff. As far as sanding down a lot of fiberglass, it may very well be good for that too. But I'll probably still have to go back over this with something a little less aggressive to make it so that when I gel coat it, it won't be as hard to not have it print through. So that's something I just wanted to state. I like the 40 grit Diablo. I like the sanding screen for what it will be intended for, so I'll probably be using both. And that's long before we get to sanding and polishing gel coat, which will be completely different, finer grits. But as far as taking things down fast and as far as removing material, that's some good stuff. Thanks, and have a great day.